Physical discipline and instinctive response, two of the most important things to have when it comes to exploring nature or pursuing adventures. And no one knows that better than a local expert in training athletes for outdoor sports. Courtney Sherman is the co-author of the book, The Outdoor Athlete, that she wrote with her husband, Doug. She has done it all, from trekking to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro to a 46-mile trek through the Hoh Rainforest. Courtney joins me today. Welcome, Courtney.
Thanks for having me.
You've got to tell us, where does this love come from for the outdoors?
It really started when I was a kid, car camping with my parents, hiking. Back in 1990 when I moved out here, I climbed Rainier for the first time of 6 now, and have done a lot of hikes and climbs in the Cascades.
And the little secret, you climbed Kilimanjaro with a broken foot.
I did.
It tells you something about her, right?
I did, yes.
So tell us about the book. What are people going to learn?
The book covers 16 different sports, from snowshoeing and skiing to paddling to hiking, trekking, climbing, mountaineering. And what's unique about the book is it starts with assessing where your starting point is. So it's great for people from beginners to intermediate to advanced. And it covers everything from sport-specific training to anaerobic and aerobic training to climbing or whatever the sport is, to that kind of training.
So if I'm into mountaineering, which you know I am, I can specifically look at your book and find a routine for me, evaluate my own body, and figure out what I need to be doing so I'm successful in the backcountry.
Exactly, and it's also very appropriate for people who may not have done those things before, who want to use some of the guidelines for their own program but aren't sure how to get started.
Isn't it Washington great? Is it a giant playground?
It is.
And the outdoors?
It is. We've got
train?
Waterways, we've got, you know, all sorts of things for kayaking and canoeing. We've got hiking and trekking paths and trails. We've got snow, and all within a couple hours drive of Seattle and most major cities out here.
And I like what you said, that this isn't just about the athlete who's going to climb Mount Rainier. It doesn't matter what your skill set is. There's something in the book for you, and you can train in the outdoors?
Exactly. In fact, you don't need a gym. You can put on a pack if you're training for hiking or backpacking, go up and down stairs. If you are training your legs, you can do things with your body weight. You can do squats, you can do step-ups, and a whole multitude of things that don't require gym equipment.
One of the things I remember when I was training for climbing was just learning that high step and ways to get ready for that hand and foot moves. You got any moves you can show us?
Well, the simplest one that's very important for many people is a one-legged deadlift. So standing on one foot, reaching down to the floor without the other leg touching, and back up. That's really good for stability in the ankles and the hips and the knees.
Now, I know your daughter Brooke is here, and I'm wondering, is this a family affair since your husband Doug also wrote the book with you?
Yes, in fact, she did her first peak at 7 weeks. We carried her up Granite in a front carrier, and she has done backpacking last summer, and we hope to get her out on a bunch of hikes this year.
Okay, and one last pitch. What is going to make this book different from any others? Because there's so many on the market.
That's an excellent question. What's unique about this is its completeness. We also focus a lot on strength because that's one piece that most people forget. They do a lot of cardiovascular training, but you really need to train strength specific to your sport.
Okay, Courtney, thanks for being here.
Thanks
we appreciate it. And I should tell everybody that Courtney is my trainer, so it's a real treat. You know, Mary's supposed to be here today, but what a treat for me to get to introduce you to everybody and get them to meet you. So thanks very much.
Thank you.
For more information, Courtney and her husband Doug will be holding 2 talks about how to physically prepare for a climb. One is late today at the Alderwood REI store, and another is April 8th at the downtown Seattle REI flagship store. You'll also find more on our website at KOMOTV.com.